Now, in our next lecture, we're continuing the cell cycle. We will consider that how the chromosomes they segregate. क्रोमोसोम जो हैं, जो कि जेनेटिक इंजीनियरिंग और जो कि हमारे करेक्टरिस्टिक्स को डिटरमिन करते हैं, वो कैसे सेग्रीगेट होते हैं. एंड दिस इज़ वन ऑफ द वेरी इम्पॉर्टेंट प्रोसेस ड्यूरिंग द सेल साइकिल. जिस तरह हम पढ़ चुके हैं कि माइटोसिस में द सेकंड स्टेज इज़ द मियोसिस. मियोसिस क्या होता है? व्हाट इज़ मियोसिस? द फॉर्म ऑफ सेल which divisions occurs by which the gametes with half of the number of the chromosomes are produced. दो तरह के सेल्स होते हैं. एक गैमेट्स हैं जिनके में क्रोमोसोम जो हैं दे आर हाफ नंबर and that is called the diploid, and there is a double number that is the diploid, and the haploid is a single number. जिस तरह इस स्लाइड में आप देखेंगे कि diploid is 2n and haploid that is the 1n. Now body cells, remember, they are diploid. हमारे जिस्म में जो cells हैं they diploid हैं, उनमें double number of chromosomes हैं, whereas in the gametes that is called a haploid. Gametes, they are the sexual cells, and when the fertilization occurs between the two gametes, then again the cell which originates, it has got the double number of chromosomes. Now diploid cells have 2 copies of every chromosome. जिस तरह आपको पता होगा कि chromosomes, they are responsible for our genetic characteristics, or the genetic characteristics for every organism. And half the chromosome, they come from each parent, that is through the sexual reproduction. Just like this, the body cells, the diploid has got the 2 number of cells. You can see the blue and red, green and blue. Another haploid cells have 1 copy of every chromosome. ये जो chromosomes हैं, ये आधे रह जाते हैं, and the gametes are haploid gametes. They have got 22, for example, autosomal and 1 sex chromosomes in each cells. Just like this, you see the number of chromosomes they have produced. आधे रह गए हैं उसमें जो हैं वो. Now meiosis, it is important to remember that meiosis includes 2 rounds of chromosome segregation. ये chromosomes जो हैं ये किस तरह अलग होते हैं during the meiosis. The reduction of chromosome number during meiosis is achieved by 2 successive rounds. 2 इसके साइकिल होते हैं, 2 राइट राउंड्स होते हैं जो कि यके बाद दीगरे चलते हैं. In diploid cells, there are 2 sets of homologous chromosomes of different parental origin. What are the homologous chromosomes? Homologous chromosomes are those chromosomes which are similar to each other. So in meiosis 1, the duplicate homologous pair up and physically linked up by genetic recombination. In the first meiotic anaphase, duplicated homologs rather than sister chromatid. Remember, duplicate homologs or sister chromatid abhi nahi bane, are pulled apart and segregated into 2 daughter cells, just as shown here. Homologous chromosomes, that is the blue one, that is the sister chromatid, and another sister chromatid, that is the green one, but both are homologous. What we mean by homologous is that they are similar one. ये एक तरह के हैं, एक तरह के genetic characteristics हैं. In the meiosis 2, जो process है, then the sister chromatid, they are pulled apart. वो एक दूसरे से अलग कर दिए जाते हैं, just like meiosis, and they produce the haploid daughter cells. In this way, each diploid nucleus thus produce 4 haploid nucleus. जब वो अलहदा हो गए और haploid से diploid बन गए तो 2 से 4 हो गए, and each of which contains either the maternal or paternal, या वो मदर की तरफ से या फादर की तरफ से उनमें कॉपी है वो आ जाती है. Now in this figure I have tried to demonstrate that meiosis 2, it divides sister chromatid in the 4 phases as I have discussed earlier. The one is the prophase, where there are the chromosome from mother and father. Then there is a metaphase, that is, they are separated and spindle forms. Then there is a anaphase, that is, they paired up the homologous chromosome. एक तरह के जो chromosome हैं उनको वो इकट्ठा कर लेते हैं. And then it's the telophase. These are the terms, mind you, which you have frequently read in your earlier books or in the earlier course. Now, meiosis 2, it divides the sister chromatid in the 4 phases. जिस तरह हमने पहले कहा है कि वो 2 से 4 phases में आएगा. And then there is a prophase, that is the 5th stage, and the centrosome and centrioles, they move to opposite direction and the cell separates. Then in the metaphase 2, the spindle forms with these proteins, and the homologous chromosomes, they line up. And further, the anaphase 2, the sister chromatid, they are pulled apart from each other and go to the cell. And eventually, in the telophase, we get the 4 cells, the nuclear membranes form, and the 4 gametes are formed. And mind you, in all these, there is a haploid number now of the chromosomes. So this is how the cells or the chromosome segregation take place after the cytokinesis. And the process still continues in the different way.